If you need to score in the 30s on the ACT, you have to listen closely because this will determine make or break if you can score in the 30s. What's going on YouTube? I'm Nick the Tutor, and this channel is dedicated to improving your SAT, ACT, and AP scores. Today, guys, we're going to talk about the strategies, the tips, the tricks, the secrets that are going to improve your ACT math score. Now let's get into it. All right, so what I have for you today, guys, are some tips, some tricks that can appreciably and instantaneously improve your SAT, ACT math score. Now, the problem with math on standardized tests is you're probably thinking like, all right, Nick, don't I have to learn the content? Don't I have to know formulas and have taken certain math classes to improve my score on the test? And the answer to that actually is no. You do not have to know all of the math on the test. Yes, it is helpful, of course, to know the formulas and the rules, but at the end of the day, there are some tips, tricks, and some, I would say, hacks that you can use to improve your score quickly without actually learning the material. Now, I just want to put a disclaimer right now that it is better to know the formulas and the material than use tricks. But at the end of the day, we just want the highest score in the lowest amount of time, and that's what today's video is about. So tip number one, a little bit on the obvious side. We'll get to the better, more score impactful tips at the end of this video. But number one is take a diagnostic test so that you can see exactly where you stand, see your errors. Maybe you're doing well in algebra, but you're doing poorly in geometry, maybe vice versa. Whatever the case may be, you want to see that. You also want to time yourself. I harp on it so much. Get your watch out, get your timer, and make sure that you time yourself when you're taking a standardized test so that you can make sure that you're fitting your work within the time. Number two, what you would do with that diagnostic is identify your weaknesses. Now, if you were going to have some time to study, or if you had limited time to study, you would want to attack your weaknesses. Now, you can use something like Khan Academy. There is also an ACT Academy. There's also books and materials that you can find online to say, okay, well, I don't really know a lot about parabolas or factoring or whatever the case may be. Let me spend a few hours studying those concepts because I just don't know those, right? So that will help improve your score immediately because it's something where you lost points. All right, tip number three, guys, you have to make a cheat sheet. What I would do is I would start with just a general sheet of formulas and rules for the test, and I would add to it. Anytime I get a concept, get a question wrong where I don't understand the concept, I would add that concept, that rule to the sheet, and that can definitely help you improve your score. I would bring that to the test. Obviously, you can't use it during the test, but before the test to review, and I guess the week before the test, say you only have a week, you can review those concepts and memorize them, and that will improve your score. Now, all right, guys, the next tip is crazy. This has actually helped some of my students improve their ACT score 4 points overnight, so definitely listen to this one closely. A lot of students are able to program their calculator with facts and with, formulas and so on and so forth. A lot of tutors help students program their calculator, and that actually can help you get those last few points. So a lot of students have utilized calculator programs. If you look online, look, I'm not going to tell you exactly how to program your calculator or what to do. All right, guys, so this calculator is actually permitted on the ACT. There is a CAS version. You have to make sure that you're not using the CAS version, and that relates to what is permitted and what is not. So about my strategy, you cannot use an algebra solving functionality on your calculator, and that is obviously not good. You do not want to violate that rule, but you are allowed to use a very advanced calculator, and I think learning how to use this kind of calculator can improve your score if you are not that confident in a lot of math. This can really help work through some of the problems. So I recommend, if you are struggling, that you get a great calculator and you learn how to use it. The next point I want to make, guys, is practice, right? And this is a little bit of an obvious one. I'm going to get to some crazier ones later, but repetition on standardized tests is so important, especially the ACT. There are a lot of quirky problems. I'm going to get to that point later, but you have to see the problems. You have to do the problems, and then you can do them correctly the next time. So practice makes perfect. I know that's just so obvious, but it's so important. It has to be mentioned. All right, number six, guys, you have to make sure that you focus on your mistakes. Like I said, a great study habit, study policy for SAT or ACT, you write down the question number and you go back and review that later. So that is a way that you can go back and make sure that you know how to complete old problems and you're not leaving them behind. Because you could look up a solution or have someone teach it to you and then forget that later, right? So when you get to the day of the test, you have to be able to do all the problems, and that is the key. All right, number 7, you want to budget your time effectively. And for those of you that are wondering about time management on ACT math, I have a great tip. You have a minute a question if you have regular time. Now, it's not that simple. You cannot just go through the test doing each question in 1 minute. That's just not possible, right? Some of them are going to take longer than that. Hopefully, a lot of them take less time than that. What I would do is shoot for a different time schedule. I would try to finish the first 30 questions in 25 minutes. I'm going to say that again. I would try to finish the first 30 questions in 25 minutes. You have then banked 5 minutes for the harder questions. You're going to need that at the end of the test. So I would greatly consider trying to save time in the beginning. Now, piggybacking on that, you also want to look for tricks to save time. What are some of the tricks? Number 1, you can plug in the answer choices. That is called back solving. You can use choice A, B, C, D, and E, plug them back into the equation if possible, and try to answer the question that way. You also have the strategy of picking a number. If they do have only one variable, a lot of times you can pick a number for that variable and solve the problem that way. So use those to save time where necessary. If you need to score in the 30s on the ACT, you have to listen closely because this will determine make or break if you can score in the 30s. Now, my next tip is there are certain topics that you must learn because they are rare, but they occur on the ACT, and I'm going to give you some of them right now. All right, guys, these next 5 math topics are topics that they will not tell you or will not advertise that are on the ACT math section that you will need to know to score at the top level. Now listen closely. Number 1, you have matrices. They usually ask probably 2 questions on matrices on the exam. If you don't know it, those 2 are lost. I would say vectors, maybe 1 question. You have ellipses, and now even hyperbolas have been added to the ACT. New topic, came out on a recent ACT. I believe for the first time in a long time, hyperbolas need to be added to your list of things that you study. Now, you also might want to add logs in there. A lot of you may not know everything about logs, and trig identities also would be something that a lot of students don't have memorized, but can add a point or 2 to your score. Now, if you add up all the things that I just spoke about, you're probably talking about between 5 and 6 questions on the ACT math section. If you can get those correct, where most students are getting those wrong, you're going to tack on 3, 4, 5 points to your total score, and that's how you get in the high 30s. All right, lastly, guys, the last thing you should do to improve your ACT math score is 1, be transparent with yourself. Accept what you do know, accept what you don't know. And number 2, constantly ask yourself questions. Do I understand this topic or do I not understand it? What topic should I study the most? Where should I allocate the most time? What is the number 1 strategy that I personally need to use on this section? Do I understand how to use a calculator effectively, or have I ignored it? How many questions do I have to get wrong to achieve my highest score, or the score that I'm shooting for, so I can kind of evaluate how well I need to do over the long term? And what are the specific math concepts on the ACT that I need to review to make sure I get my highest score? If you want more help on ACT, I have other videos on English and science right here.